Today is a little bit of an exploration and a little bit of play and fun inside my sketchbook. So I just grabbed whatever colors that my heart desired and I decided to just start laying them out and see where, the colors took me. So I decided to go for yellow, orange, red, green, and also a blue color. And these were the main colors that I was using for this sketchbook page. I had already sketched out some doodles from the day before, so today is just coloring in those doodles and really exploring and having fun with these very cute characters and really just having fun laying down the colors and just letting go of perfection, really just enjoying the process and really tapping into that inner child. So this first character made me feel so happy. It is just so simple. It's a cute little bunny in a dress and I'm laying down these really messy strokes. And I always think it's fun to do some messy strokes or even some sort of scribbly style art just to see where it takes you and how it turns out. So I was having some fun with this. I was using some gouache paints and I was just laying that down on the dress. Sorry, my hand is in an awkward place right now. I didn't realize when I was filming, but I promise you later on it gets better and you get to see more of the characters and more of the page, because I realized halfway through filming that my hand was in the way and that I need to film from the opposite side that I'm drawing on. And that's all new things that I'm learning as I'm going along this process and really getting more and more into content creation. So with this character, I was just really trying to show beautiful bright colors and just really emulate that beauty and let it glow. So I wanted that fiery red, that orange to come popping through. And not only that, I just wanted it to be a very happy character. I'm going in with these really thick sort of brush strokes where I'm just pressing the color down on top, and you'll see me do this a lot. I really love the texture that it leaves on the page when you haven't sort of blended it in. You've kind of like pressed it on top and kind of done a flick. I think that's the best way to explain it. If you look at how I'm like holding my brush, I'm doing these little flicks, and I really love the way that it blends the colors. I'm not being too perfect with it. I'm not even, washing off my brush too cleanly. I'm actually letting the brush have a little bit of the previous color on it so it sort of blends into the skin. So I'm using a yellow for the skin of this rabbit, but you can see some of that orange peeking through because I didn't fully clean the brush and I wanted to have that sort of glowing effect. Now, going on top of this, I decided to add some buttons as details to the dress. I also wanted it to look really cute and have more texture. So of course I went in with the eyes, added little dots for the eyes, added a little sort of cute little V for the nose, and then added little kind of curve for the mouth too. So again, really cutesy smiley art. And then I decided that the yellow wasn't enough for me. I actually wish that I'd left it as the yellow because I feel like it blends a little bit too much now with the dress. I thought that it needed more orange, but I think I preferred it as the yellow looking back at this. But it's all about having fun. It's all about not worrying about how it's going to come out. And I think that you should definitely try this out in your own sketchbook. Draw a cute character, really simple character. Don't worry too much about it and just meet yourself where you're at. Maybe you're struggling, maybe you're going through a hard time and you just want something that's easy and sweet and relaxing to do, and I definitely recommend this. This is just such a fun activity to do, to just draw a really cute character and then layer on those those brush strokes on top of it. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Brush strokes, not blush. Brush strokes on top. So I'm just doing that little flicking motion and just laying that on top because I do love that sort of brush stroke look. But again, I do think it looks better with just the yellow on top. But I really just wanted to show that brush stroke, so I think that's the reason why I wanted to go in with a different color on top. But I think I should have added maybe a darker yellow rather than doing the orange, because it's kind of like really blending in with the character's dress. But that doesn't matter because it's really not about how the character looks, it's just about enjoying the process. And again, I'm sorry about my hand being here. It will change up soon when I realized that this was not the correct thing to do. So here you can see for the stems of the plant, I'm using that flicking motion. I'm dipping it in the green, the blue, the yellow, and again, I'm not cleaning off my brush in between. I really wanted it to have this sort of painterly, kind of flicky sort of style. So I was doing the green blotches, leaving lots of space, then going back in with the yellow, then going in with the blue, and trying to blend that in together. Without it looking too blended. So that's why I'm adding different colors with each overlapping stroke. So if the area is with green, I try to overlay it with the yellow, or I try to overlay it with the blue, and I'm using the complementary colors. So I am kind of still thinking about color and how I want it to look, even though it's just a fun exercise and something that I could do in my sketchbook that's kind of relaxing and almost toddler art. I really do love this sort of toddler art style painting. It's very fun to get loose with your painting and really enjoy your time, and anything you do can really be art. It doesn't have to be something that's a masterpiece or something that's incredibly beautiful. This is just a perfectly great way to spend your time and a fantastic way to enjoy your hobby as an artist. After working on the stems, I started to work on the flower, and again, I wanted it to have this really fun painterly look. So I was kind of doing these small little brush strokes in circular motions and just trying to extend the flower shape and really just relaxing into it and not thinking too much about it. And I think that when you spend a lot of time overthinking your art, sometimes you don't actually get to create. And one of the things that have been really, really important for me towards the end of 2024 was doing art every single day. And doing art every single day sometimes meant that my art was messy, sometimes it meant that my art was more relaxed. But I found that actually it really did help with me relaxing. It really did help with me loosening it up, and overall I created more pieces that I was proud of in my sketchbook. And even if I didn't like the whole entire piece, I found new techniques that I really loved. Like this flicking technique is something that I've been using in a lot of my work. It's something that I've crossed over with so many different pieces of my work, and I found this through experimentation, through play, and I really love this technique of adding different colors within the color wheel, within the complementary color wheel, and layering them on top of each other to give you this sort of dotted brush stroke effect. And I found that through playing and through relaxing. So whether you're a hobbyist or if you're a professional artist, I definitely recommend having a play in your sketchbook. And if you haven't already, definitely grab your sketchbook and paint along with me, because I'm sure that you'll find some inspiration whilst watching this video. And if you're wondering about how you can loosen up even more with your art, one of the best things that you can do is use coloring books. Coloring books is one of my favorite ways to loosen up and also to learn how to color. Sometimes the drawing part can be the hard part and we don't want to draw, we just want to completely relax. And on those days, I do color, and I still count that as doing art. So I color in my coloring book, I practice with that. And if you're someone who would like to give that a go and give it a try, I highly recommend clicking the link in my description box, because in there I have a link to my email list, and every single month I send out a free coloring page that you can print out at home and you can practice your coloring. And it has lots of cute characters every single month. And if you would like to get a coloring book, I actually do sell my coloring books over on Amazon, so I'll also leave that linked in the description if you're interested in that. But if you do want to practice even more with your coloring skills and you want to really just relax into it, highly recommend checking out that free resource that I have linked in the description. This next piece was a really beautiful shell that I found on Unsplash. So I decided to use a little bit of a watered down version of the green. I really tried to water it down. I'm actually using gouache. I don't know if I said that throughout this whole entire video, but I'm using gouache. I've watered it down so that I can use it almost like a watercolor base, and then I'm going in with that same flicking technique, but this time I decided to use a flat brush because I wanted to see how I could improve that technique and also how I can show the different strokes and the different patterns on the shell. This shell was super interesting and something that I really love, so I really wanted to explore the shapes of it. And as you can see here, I'm just using that flicking motion all over the shell, just showing that sort of pattern that's going through it. I didn't actually use the original colors. I decided to go with my own colors. Again, I'm going with that same color palette that I chose from the beginning. So it's not really realistic, but I was just wanting to have fun with it and also show different ways that I could show that pattern. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, definitely make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a new video. I'd really love to see you in my community and to join me on this journey of exploration, and for more sketchbook coloring ideas as well as coloring book walkthroughs and color with me videos as well. Bye everyone!